I do love a good thunderstorm. And you know something? I actually really do appreciate this one quite a bit. Because I don't know why I hadn't noticed it before, but I hadn't. But there's something interesting going on here. Something very, very interesting and extremely good going on here right now. You see, it's raining. And I know somebody just said, well, duh, of course it's raining. You can see it. Yeah, that's right, it's raining. But there's, as you can tell by looking at the beach, you see all that snow. I didn't put that there. All that ice, I didn't do that. There was a long time when this area didn't rain. Instead, it would snow. And it kind of ruined my beach, but now I can get rid of the snow. I can come over here and I can break the ice and it won't freeze back over because it's not snowing here. What do we got there? Okay, well, let's just use a bit of sandstone here, drop it down there, and kaboom. There. Yeah. This means that I can turn this lake back into a lake. This is awesome. I love this. See, this started out as a lake. Originally, way back when. Back in beta 1.3. That's what it was. And I wanted to do some stuff here, and now I'm doing a little bit more because I want to get rid of this dirt. Gotta be careful with the super shovel here. Get rid of the dirt, get rid of that cobble. And break all this ice. Now, I'll do most of the ice breaking off camera because that would be boring to watch, I know that. But I wanted to get some of this done. And restore this place to some of its original beauty. This place was awesome when it was beachfront property, and once again it will be. Now, the main thing I wanted to do coming out here was I had decided I'm going to fill this area in. And, let's see, I got to put those back. Oh, lost one. There we go. Now I can just take the sand. And replace this whole area back to being sandy beach that it started out as. And I think it's going to look a whole lot better. Yeah, this is going to be great. This is the last bit of restoration for this beach. See, back when I first started, I mined the daylights out of this place. The sand was built up in a few places and so on, and I mined it down to where the only thing out here was a what looked like a broken battlefield of sandstone and stone, cobblestone in some places, because I had mined out all of the sand around here, every bit of it, for the glass that I used in the first 2 levels of that building. And it took me a while to realize that I needed to fix that. I started bringing in sand, and okay, that's all I've got at the moment. Bummer. Throw a little bit of sandstone here. Get out. Replace a couple or 3 torches. Yeah. Alright, that's great. That is great. So I get a little more sand in here, get that filled in, and this will once again start looking like an actual beach. And also, I'm going to be breaking ice out here for as far as I can. I believe, let's see, I'm pretty sure there is an actual snow biome over this way, so let's head over here just to find out, because there's a point right up there at that beach. I'll bet you it starts to snow. Come on, take that long to eat a freaking piece of meat. Well, the rain continues. I was pretty sure that some of this over here started out as snow. Ah, here we are, yeah. But clear over here to get the snow. Over this way was originally what it is now, a area where it rained and there was water instead of ice. So this is going to be great. I'm going to be really busy off camera in the next few days, breaking all of this ice and restoring this thing to what it's supposed to be, but that's fine. In the meanwhile, I need to head over here because I want to do some work on the Lakeside Mall project. And it looks like it stopped raining. No, it just got into an area where it doesn't rain. Oh, that's right. I was underneath of that. Duh. Oh, boy. Yeah. Anyway. This revelation about not having snow in places I didn't want it in the first place was just awesome. So, I've got this villager breeder up there. And every once in a while, a new villager is produced, and he comes off the end of that water stream and he falls down here and goes splat. An entertaining prospect. Oh, come on. Do I have to deal with you? Apparently. I really should have torched this up better. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay, heck with you. And you. Good night. You people, get out. Actually, I think I need to get out. There's too many of them. So I'm going to exit stage left, and then up, and hang out until daytime, and we'll get busy getting some stuff done. Well, that's better. I took a little while here and spammed about a stack and a half or 2 stacks of torches all over the place. So there should be no more of the irritating interruptions. Anyway, You may possibly recall that some time ago I started a project out here, Lakeside Mall, which was intended to be a villager trading facility. And this was how I had originally kind of laid out how I wanted to do this, to have each one of these notches would be where there would be a villager kept for trading and so on, and have the place laid out somewhat like a real world mall, sort of, kind of. And I may still do something like that, build a mall-like facility out here, and maybe even get some villagers in there to be shopkeepers and patrons and so on and so forth. I may do that. It sounds like a good project, I think. But for the main villager trading facility, I've decided to go a little bit more advanced, a little bit more compact, even though as big as this is, it doesn't look compact, but it is. This gizmo here, I found a tutorial by Tango and Impulse that showed how to build this thing, and it's pretty decent, because this button down here, you say you've got a villager in here and you don't like his trades, hit the button. That slow sand there retracts, they fall down, and down will eventually go to a water stream that runs underneath all of this, and takes them all the way along the length of this and along that way, and there's another part of it that comes back this way and will come back all the way through here. I'll have to tear out a big chunk of that landscape to do it. And then they eventually will flow through the water stream. When they get to the end of the line, they will fall down and they will go to their eternal reward. And then my villager breeder up there, what I'll do is run water streams from that over to here and hook them up to this. And let's see, let me get up there a little bit. Yeah, they'll flow along here and they'll end up in this thing, and there'll be some arrangement like that. It'll keep them from going out this way, and there's water streams in that up there that will have, and they'll just flow along the top until they reach a point up here. Okay, yeah. See, there's a fence gate there, and the water will flow through here. And when the fence gate is in the position it is now, the villager coming through will fall down in there. That also keeps the water from flowing any farther. When they fall through there, they'll go through a tripwire, which will cause the fence gate to retract and a solid block to be pushed forward. That will allow the water to go through and nothing else to fall in there. And villager will fall down here into position, where you can check out his trades and decide his future. Crap. I hate being sloppy and leaving stuff like that around. There we go. And so on. And there's chests here to store materials that they trade for and whatnot. And this thing is going to go all the way down here to the end. And every spot where you see a button is going to be a place for a trader, a villager, and so on. And what I need to do now is start duplicating this structure. Build as many copies of it as I can. Let's see. Some stairs, tripwires, buttons, fence gates. I don't need the chests. Pistons. some iron block, because why not? Alright, so I have a button on there, so we need redstone here, torch there, redstone here, block, torch, more of that. Okay, yeah. And basically here, all I need to do is duplicate the machine next to it. Okay, I need a repeater. Yeah, like so. I have to go back up here where I was to begin with. It would have been easier to just stay up there. Yeah. Well, I have plenty of sandstone. I can build my way up with that, and by using that, it'll both be easier to get rid of, and I'll know what to get rid of. Yeah, okay. And more redstone. Block. And another torch. Another block. Like so. Okay. Alright. That's a temporary block. And then on top of that, there. Okay. Over this way. See, yeah. A couple of sticky pistons. You're kidding me, right? Okay. And down here, slabs. Don't I have? Oh, come on! You're telling me I don't have any? I didn't get slabs. Ugh. You need slabs to do this. Sometimes the mouse doesn't want to cooperate. Alright, slab there, redstone on it. And then, let's see. Tear some of this out. Okay. Yeah, and then down here, another sticky piston against that torch. And this here. Let's just get some stone up here. And some more slabs. And now we have to move up a bit here. Thought I had some stone brick on me. At least I could make that handily. Yeah, stone brick stairs here. And over here. And a tripwire hook there. And let's see. Another one there. String. Oy. Alright. There it is. Anyway. Hook up the string between them. And let's see. Fence gate. You're kidding, right? Yeah, I know. Consider this a demonstration of why I seldom, if ever, do redstone on camera. All right. Yeah. Block there. Fence gate here. Open it. And block there. Hello. I'm sorry. This is the wrong time for you. You don't belong here. Alright. That's pretty much about it, I think. There's a few more pieces. And then I'm going to have to clear the extra crap out. Yeah. And then we have... Is that right? Apparently it is. I may be wrong about that. That's part of the water channel. You see, this is another one of those things that make me go back to the tutorial video and look up to make sure that I haven't made that wrong, because I got a feeling that should be filled in, as is this, this, and that. And that pretty much finishes this installation. Oh, I hate these little boogers. They move too fast. Alright. Where's my food? There we go. Okay, so I now need to finish duplicating this thing. Get rid of this extra crap that doesn't belong in there. Yeah, what I need to do now is duplicate that thing again for each one of these button stations. For each button, I need to build that machine again. Not all that difficult, a little bit of a pain in the butt when people keep coming along interrupting things, but yeah, it's actually a fairly easy build. And let's see, now up here, those, you can fill them in. This one and that one, the ones above the buttons need to be there for a place to put the tripwires. You might as well fill them in with something here that's going to give it some filling in completeness or whatever. And yeah, That's not quite right because the redstone states aren't the same. And they should be. So I have... Oh yes, I did miss something. There needed to be a regular piston there, and above it a block with a torch on it. There we go. Now they're the same. And the one thing, I actually understand this whole circuit except for that regular piston there. It calls for having a regular piston in that spot facing in that direction. And I don't know why. Because as far as I can tell, nothing is ever going to activate that piston. It's not going to extend ever. Because nothing is running power to it. I don't know, I suppose it may be bud powered or something, but even then, what is it going to accomplish? Zip, as far as I can tell, is not going to perform any kind of function at all. So I don't know why that's there. But they put it there in the tutorial, so I'll go ahead and do that again. Oh, God, you get out of my face, you. I should sleep. And then I'll have fewer interruptions. But anyway, this is what I'm going to spend the next several hours doing. Getting this thing built out all the way down as far as I've done it. And we might as well get rid of him. Hello. Hey, he did some demolition for me. Great. If you could only hire them and direct them into what you want done instead of having them want to eat your face and blow up right in your face, you know. But yeah, I'll build it all the way around here, all the way around there, and tear all that out and build it all the way back up to where it begins, right up to across from where it begins. And then I'll have to head down here. Let's see. This is probably, let's go one more, and I'm going to leave myself a ramp going out. Yeah, okay. So what I'll have here is, right in there will be a water source, and it'll just flow along this way. And let's see, here, and then 1, 2 blocks, pretty much every other block, isn't it? Yeah, and then 1, 2, yeah. There will be a drop-down opening so that when the villager above is rejected, he'll fall down here, land in a water stream, and go that way. And, yeah. That'll take him all the way around and eventually take him to his eternal reward. Okay, so that's pretty much what's going on here. I'm going to spend, like I said, the next few hours getting this machine built out all the way around. And then we'll, next time out, get some villagers routed from over there into this thing and commence populating it with villagers. Meanwhile, of course, I'll want to put some kind of a floor in here. Not necessarily all one material. You know, planks are good, oak planks are good, but I want to vary it up a little bit, put some kind of pattern in it, or something that makes it look like somebody actually designed something instead of just tossed it together haphazardly and so on. And then, of course, all this redstone stuff is going to need to be enclosed. You know, I don't mind that it takes up so much space. That's not a big deal. But I do want to have it enclosed in some way, because we don't want just anyone coming into this place. You have to have authorization to use this facility, of course. In any event, enough rambling and nattering on by me. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I am out of here.